So this photo has been been going viral, making its rounds, and a lot of comments and people ask me, how's it going for me? Well, 2 years later, it's as you can see, look, it's going great. It's going great. So I'll touch on one component financially. Marvelous. So my last year, I was making 15,000 a month tutoring. Um, and with that being said, I still kept working. But I still kept teaching because I was afraid of losing that guaranteed check. I could have been making $1 million a month. I still like that little $1,900 every 2 weeks I was getting. It was constant. I knew it was coming. If tutoring fell off, I knew I was going to get that $1,900 every 2 weeks. I knew I was going to have my medical, my dental, and all that. I knew I was going to have that. I knew I was going to be able to pay my rent. I was afraid if something happened and I lost all of it, that security that job gave me kept me going. Even though I was on social media complaining about teaching and not wanting to do it and all this extra stuff, the security, I was afraid of security. And then over the summer of 2022, I traveled, I did a lot of things. I made a lot of money. I think I made close to $70-something thousand in one summer tutoring. I'm talking about from the end of June until the time we had to go back, the end of August. And I said, I'm making this in a year, teaching. I just made this 2 months tutoring. What am I doing? And I was talking to one of my mentors, DeVal. He said, you could do this full time. And then that got into my head. And that security that I was worried about, I said, you know what? I'm going for it. The worst thing that could happen is this tutoring thing fails. I could just go back to teaching. I got my degree already. I'm certified. That job is always going to be there. And that's what gave me the courage to quit. So I just text my principal end of August, tell him I'm not coming back. October, I officially retired. I got $12,000 for like my retirement check that they take out all their checks and everything. They taxed $2,000. I only got $10,000 back out of 12. I moved to Atlanta, moved to Georgia the next month, and when I quit, I think I probably had $115,000 saved, maybe $100,000 saved. No, in June I had $115,000 saved. I used $42,000 of that to pay off my debt, my personal loans that I had, and then my credit card debt. It totaled to $42,000. I paid that off, and then because this is when I was thinking about quitting. So I said, if I quit, I'm going to keep my overhead low. So once I paid off all that debt, I didn't have any more credit card debt. I didn't have any more personal loans to pay off. My living expenses was really cheap. I think it came down to $20,000 a year. And I said, if I keep making this $10,000 and $15,000 a month, I'll be good. That was just my mindset. So once that happened, it made me even more motivated, even more to quit because my overhead is low, and I already had a decent amount of money saved up. So when I moved, moving to Georgia cost me about anywhere from maybe $5,000 to $10,000, maybe $5,000 to $7,000. So I was there. I'm there with like $100,000 saved, pretty good. And throughout that year, things started happening for me. I started getting more clients. Social media took off. Later on in 2023, I got my YouTube monetized, my TikTok monetized. I started making money off social media. I hired people to work with me, so I started making money off of that. And in terms of that, is we do a 60-40 split. So if I refer you to any clients to tutor, they give me 40%, and they keep 60%. So I started making money off of that. And now I've saved up to close to $250,000. It's the best. And if I didn't leave the classroom, that would never happen. I'd have still been in the classroom, complaining about how things are unfair, complaining about people not getting paid enough. And I said, why keep complaining about that when I could change all these things? And it took me to take that risk to get to where I'm at today to help you guys out. So, yeah, that's it. That's my journey. And if y'all got any more questions, put in the comments and I'll answer them in the video.